There's something else taking place that when you guys signal, it's still the sort of subjective as to what we would say about such a thing, but it's what's going on in Wisconsin. But people do hear about this and they don't take it. They don't realize what the deeper thing is. They hear it real fast, and often it's described like sort of satirically. People say, "Honest, we got war on Christmas," but that's meant to get people just to let them know what's going on. But actually, this one like opens up. We could like say something about what's going on in Wisconsin. It is going on all over the country. It's been for a while, but there's a bunch of things we could say about it that don't get included. Did you bang? Oh boy, what's this? We don't want to talk about Wisconsin. Nah, okay, we're trying to follow your prompts. We won't talk about Wisconsin? Okay. Yeah, that was the whole. Oh, is it? Is it the you bang? Do you want to talk about the unions are doing in Las Vegas? Is that your thing? There's a couple of things going on when you signaled. But what the unions are doing in Las Vegas, I mean, that's really. But okay, before what comes to the narrator's mind is who's leading, who's telling them to do. There's always a leader of something like that, especially the union. It's a perfect example when we said like how we got to this situation. What happened in the 70s when the unions were really powerful, right? And it opened up this whole class war thing. But like, who's telling them to do? There's someone sort of leading such a thing or making it like a good idea. Las Vegas is like New Orleans. It's all tourism. I mean, that's what. Listen, they're protesting one of the major hotel like chains there. But what they're doing is that they're heckling the tourists. Remember, like coming from narrators like myself who come from New Orleans. I mean, that's the whole lifeblood of a place like that. This is not a good like strategy. They're heckling the tourists who come into the hotel. I mean, they're outside the hotel heckling tourists and saying things like, "Your girlfriend's a filthy loser," and "Your pants are ugly." This is like the kind of hurling. They're heckling them. Okay, here's the thing. What they want, a perfect example, one of like not to do it, but it's a perfect example of something that happened like, well, what they want is, again, what they want may not be possible. This is what happened in the 70s, how we got to this economy. You turn the whole thing into a class war. But you don't want to see this. Oh, by the way, it's also based apparently on the assumption that they're perceiving, like with Obama in office, that like the unions have someone in office that like cares about them. No, of course there's no indication of that. If you live in reality, as a matter of fact, some of Obama's like big fundraisers, like you look into it, who like like he has big fundraisers who do own hotels in other places. Yeah, they're firing all the union people and then bringing in non-union people. I mean, it's not Obama's not like for the unions, but right, they may perceive that someone's telling them that who's in a leadership position. Same thing that happened in the 70s. They had when Clinton was president. Which finally they finally like really destroyed the unions at that point. But what they want, see, this is a good example though of like this thing with who's telling them that this is possible. Like they want a contract with the hotel. I mean, remember, this is the only jobs in a place. It's like New Orleans. The main thing you do is work at hotels. But what they want is a contract that would mean if the hotel's bought out, which it might be, that none of them would be let go. That's the kind of thing if you live in reality and like understand like what's happening with like you can't do that. I mean, it's something that they can't ask for. Are you making the noise? Are you making a noise? Should I just shut down? I don't know. You directed your friend over to so many things. I don't really know. I mean, but this is not. We don't really know what you're trying to tell us, guys. We don't know. We'll just stop. We don't know what you signaled a bunch of things all at once.